Okay, so for this month, I'm doing, trying to do some monthly challenges on my blog, mostly because I like little challenges, not long ones. And so these ones are like one a week, but if I have time, I do them all at the same time. And this one I did all like within a couple days. I wanted to prep it just so that I could talk to you guys about it before we dove in, so you could see what I have done, and then you can adapt from there. Well, one of the challenges was fall leaves. And so I made a bunch of leaves here. And I even have, I have a bunch of different ones. And then, let's see, let's pull. Well, the first one I think was fall palette. And so I just started playing around with some fall palettes. So I have some of these here that I was thinking would be, and there's a tiny one here that I really liked. Let's pull it out. I thought that one was kind of cute. And they make nice little added, to your journals and stuff. So they little additions, they're just nice. And then, so let's stack. I should have stacked these all out before I started, but there's some leaves there. Okay, and so then, and this is just a paper bouquet. This is, we do a lot of pockets and paper crafts in my class, paper poetry. So if you're interested, that class right now is $25. I'm keeping it on early bird special for a while. I don't know when I'll raise the price. Probably when I start adding more content, I will. Anyways, if you're interested, there's that. The other one was mushrooms. This was a mushroom I painted years ago, and I made a sticker out of it, and I stashed it somewhere, and I just barely found it, so I pulled it out again. So here are some. So I thought I wanted to make some in funky colors. I love mushrooms, and so this one didn't turn out as good, but I still kept it. This guy, the trunk on it is just too straight. Don't like that, but I still use it. This one I loved. This one I left the underbelly of the mushroom just with the paper, and then just drew lines. And I think I kind of like that look. And then here are a couple others that I did. I wanted to do them in varying sizes because I use these in my writing journal and in my journal that I play in. So there's that. And then one of them was, so there was leaves, fall palette, and mushrooms. And then the other one was the symbols of fall, which all of these are symbols of fall. But I added a few more things, a little sunflower, a little pumpkin, some fallish flowers, and a little apple. So I kind of went in and did a few different things for that. Oh, and there's another leaf there that I had there. So anyway, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how I painted the leaves. I'm going to show you how I paint a mushroom, and the other stuff you can just kind of, whatever your symbol of fall is, you can do some of those. The reason that symbols of fall was kind of nice is because then whatever I'm skipping, you can add, because there's more than just leaves and mushrooms and fall palettes. There's other things, and so some flowers and whatever. So I left that open for you guys. So I'm going to let you interpret that in your own way, but I wanted to show you that. So now I'm going to get this set up, and we are going to paint some fall leaves and some mushrooms. Okay, to start, let's do some fall leaves. And I have some of this vintage rice paper. I'm not rice, but onion skin paper that I really like, and it makes nice addition to your journal because it's super thin. And with leaves, it's kind of nice because you can kind of layer over things with this if you wanted to. So And then I'm just going to grab my, I don't even know what this is. I think this is a 4. I use it so much. It's this silver, black silver round brush. I have the brushes that I keep at my station are this cheap little, I love this brush. It was in my granddaughter's art kit, and I loved it, so I kept it. I don't even know what that is exactly, but I have I think this is a 4 or a 6 round brush. This is a 10 filbert, and then this is a size 8 black velvet silver brush. All right, so let's just get started. To start, I usually like to take and spray my palettes with some water. I just spray everything just so that it's ready for me. Wake it up a little bit. And in this one is just like random green. I will grab greens and just kind of create whatever green I'm thinking of today. Like, it's funny, I just always have a green little tub of just what I add. I don't know, it's just like this funny little dish, and I just kind of add, because greens to me, they need, I don't know, they just need more than just one color. So I just kind of add a bunch of them in. And so I just kind of grab and see what I like. And then I also have Rare Earth Green, because I use it a lot. I use Rare Earth quite often, so I have that one there too. But this one's a little brighter, and so that would be fun to have. And then this is just, I take one of each of whatever palette I'm using, and I put it in here, and it creates this brown. Sometimes it's a green brown, sometimes it just depends on what's on my palette right now. And then I take a little bit of this and put it in all the colors. So every color has all the colors in it. It just makes it easier, and it seems to flow better. And so lots of like acrylic artists do this. Like they'll have their palette, and they'll mix every one of the colors into this, mix it up, and then add a little bit back, and it just makes everything a little more cohesive. And so I used to do this whenever I acrylic painted, and I really liked it. Right now, these colors evolve. They're not even the true color that I go for. I just started adding yellows to this one, and adding greens to that one, blues, that kind of thing. And this is actually a gray that's turned into a light purple almost. This is a Dave's gray that has turned into something completely different. And sometimes I just don't clean my brush off and just go into the next, and it just makes these unique colors that I'm just kind of digging right now. So no special colors, just kind of a little bit of mix of everything right now, but I really like it. So let's get going. So I'm going to use dirty water, and I'm going to do some leaves. I'm just doing basic leaf shapes on this. And then this onion skin paper, you have to work pretty quickly because it will dry, but it dries beautifully. I like the way it dries. I like the way it takes on the colors. And like, it's fall here in Alaska, but it may not be fall where you're at. So you'll just do leaves in the colors that you enjoy. So I'm actually going to do that too, though. I'm adding some green to these. I'm going to do some teal and some purple. I was walking the other day, and I was noticing all the colors in the leaves as they change. And oh my gosh, there's like so many different colors right now. There was purples in there. There was pinks. There was all kinds of colors, and not just the regular orange, yellow, green. It was kind of amazing to look at. And so I was having so much fun just kind of diving into it. But let's add a little bit of yellow into this one. And I don't like these when they dry will dry a certain way. You just kind of have to let them do their thing, and I like that. So over here we're going to start with the orange and just kind of, I'm going to do onion skin paper and then I'll do regular. So we'll see. So I have orange here and yellow there. So I have both available on my palette. I'm going to do these a little smaller. I think that's kind of fun. I'm going to grab some of this. I like orange, burgundies, and yellows. Like, it's one of my favorite color combinations. I just think it's pretty. And let's grab some yellow. And I'm just randomly dropping color in. I think I need a, oops, grab the wrong one. There. Let's see. I always clean my brush off in my, I call this like my discard bowl, and I just kind of keep it dirty, I guess. So let's add a little bit of green to this. Okay, we'll put these to the side, and let's do one regular paper. Well, this, I don't ever work on regular paper. Vintage paper one. So I do work on regular watercolor paper, but just not very often. I actually did some of those mushrooms on sulfur paper, which I was kind of proud of. I did something different because I normally just work on vintage paper. I just like the way, like, it's forgiving to me. I think vintage paper is forgiving. I can be wild with watercolors, and it'll still actually look pretty good at the end of it. So I just like it. So you just kind of intuitively paint what you want and just see what colors. You could put whatever color you want to. You could do a rainbow leaf, which I think would be beautiful. You could do whatever you're feeling. I'm going to grab a little bit of this orange and dab in here, and then clean that off there. And I think, so I think this is Rare Green Earth right there. Yeah, it is. I'm running a little low on that right there. I'm using dirty water right now. I need to clean that water. Okay, so we'll let those dry, and we're going to do the mushrooms. So the mushrooms, for me, I just, you could use a bowl, if like a little bowl if you needed to just kind of make that top circle if you wanted to. But I just like winging it, and so I just kind of draw. Right now we have these big fat mushrooms everywhere on my walks, and they're just like super big, and then their stalk is just tiny and fat, like just tiny and just fat at the bottom and goes into the earth. It's so cool right now. So I'm going to make so you just kind of make the shape that you're feeling. And I go out and take pictures of the mushrooms, and then in my creative brain, I just try to figure out how I'm going to interpret the colors or the shape or whatever it may be. And so I'm just kind of adding some tension lines there. So let's paint this guy. I think I want another funky colored one, just because I have a lot of green and brown ones, and I thought maybe let's get a different colored one here. Just try to go along the line that you've drawn, like right on it, even if you go over it. just get that line covered or met. I just kind of go there and then grab more water. I do these pretty, I use a lot of water because I like the look of it. So I tend to use a ton of water. So now we'll drop some other colors in here, even maybe a brown. Just give it some spots. So I want to take some of this and add a little bit of this blue, is it? If there's like something in there, a fuzz. And just kind of drop the darker color in some places and see how that looks. And then I'm going to bring the line and outline it with this darker color down here. And then do the little underbelly of the mushroom here. Let's see. There we go. I need that to dry a little bit, so I'm going to hit it with some heat. So now I'm going to take and make a light brown and start on this stalk here. Just add some color, and then I'm going to dip other colors into this here. Grab some of this. Kind of drop some of the darker color along the edge here and just kind of let it dry. I'm going to grab a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to let this dry for a minute and we'll come back to it. So now it's pretty much dry. I'm going to go in with a darker color again, and I'm just kind of creating a darker version of the purpley color that I used. It just needs to be slightly, ooh, I got that too dark. Hang on. Let's move some of that back in that. Let's grab some of this, put it there. I need some of that original color to just need a little bit of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and go along the top of this mushroom here. Like, well, it's like the underbelly right underneath the line there. At the top of the, I'm just going to add a tiny shadow. I think it needs something there. And one thing that I'm trying to say that the light's coming this way and the darkness is that way. So I'm going to add more dark to this side here. Kind of just let it linger here. And then I'm going to add some darker lines over here. just to make it slightly darker there. And let's see, I just want to get rid of that dark line there. I'm going to just drop this in the corner there, just a little bit. And just make sure that this line is not too bold there. Okay. And there you have it. We have some leaves and we have some mushrooms. I could make mushrooms and leaves all day long. So you might see a ton of these this month in my art just because I just love them. So I hope you enjoyed this challenge and I can't wait to see what you guys create.